Hi everyone, Ryan here. In today's video, we're going to go over a protocol that I believe has the potential to become the #1 project, the biggest project in all of DeFi by basically any metric you want to look at, whether that's TVL, liquidity, trading volume, etc. We're going to go through what the protocol is, how it works, how it could get to that #1 spot, and we're also going to have a look at the incredible tokenomics and the amazing value capture that would mean that if this protocol gets the adoption that I think it could, the token holders would see huge gains. So let's get into it. Now the protocol I'm talking about here is Thorchain. The coin, the token symbol is RUNE. And I mentioned in my last couple of videos that over the last few weeks, I've been acquiring quite a bit more RUNE, and there is very good reason for that. Now, at the highest level, Thorchain is a cross-chain liquidity protocol. What that means is it's a platform that allows other DEXs to offer cross-chain swaps, allowing users to swap native layer 1 assets such as Bitcoin, Terra Luna, Ethereum, Litecoin, etc. without any wrapping, without any bridging, without any KYC or any need for a centralized exchange of any kind. It's essentially like Uniswap or SushiSwap, but it works cross-chain. Now, over the last few weeks, since Thorchain integrated Terra and the Luna-based assets, so Luna and UST, we've seen the trading volume and the liquidity increase by quite a lot. And I feel like this is a trend that's a very safe bet for it to continue as they integrate more layer 1s. I've seen it said that for the rest of the year, they're trying to integrate at least one new chain every month. So I feel like this volume and this liquidity is going to keep going up at a fairly consistent rate throughout 2022. But that's not what I want to focus on in this video. What I do want to focus on is the incredible tokenomics of RUNE and what it would mean for RUNE holders if this liquidity network does see the adoption, liquidity, and TVL that I think it's going to see. Now, RUNE, the governance token for Thorchain, has one key difference compared to something like Uni or Sushi, and that is the fact that market cap growth for RUNE is tied mathematically to increase in usage of the protocol. As the TVL and as the liquidity goes up, the market cap of RUNE has to go up. It's basically programmed into the design. Now, in practice, what this means is that the RUNE market cap must, at a very minimum, be at least 3 times the value of all the non-RUNE assets locked in Thorchain liquidity pools. So for every $1 of Ethereum or every $1 of Bitcoin that's added to a pool on Thorchain, there must be a corresponding $3 increase in the market cap of RUNE. Now, I'll explain why that happens in a second. But when we understand this, it becomes very clear that as the liquidity in Thorchain starts increasing and keeps increasing, the market cap of RUNE has to go up. It's basically programmed. So why does RUNE market cap have to be at least 3 times the value of the non-RUNE assets in Thorchain? Well, it's pretty simple. Firstly, every pool is 50% RUNE. So the Bitcoin pool will be half Bitcoin and half RUNE. So we've already got 1-to-1. And then secondly, the people that secure the network, the node runners, they are required to bond between them certain amounts of RUNE that are equal in value to 2x the non-RUNE assets in the network, and that's for security reasons, so they aren't incentivized to do anything malicious or steal anything. So we've got 1-to-1 non-RUNE value to RUNE in the pools, and then we've got 2-to-1 being bonded by the node runners. That adds up to 3-to-1. So basically, for every $1 of non-RUNE liquidity that's added to the network, the Thorchain market cap has to go up by $3. So if this all works as designed, as long as the liquidity keeps going up, as long as people keep putting more and more into these pools, which I believe they will as more and more chains are added, then over time, the RUNE price, the RUNE market cap can only go in one direction. Now, if that was everything Thorchain was doing, I'd say it has one of the best token designs in all of DeFi, if not the best design. But they're not stopping there by any means. There are a huge amount of developments coming in the rest of 2022, and they're all going to bring a lot of extra demand for the Rune token and even make it deflationary. Now, there's a lot of buzz right now about the suite of products Thorchain are in the process of developing right now, along with integrating new chains. The suite of products is called DeFi, and this is what is included. Now, the first product in the DeFi suite is going to be ThorUSD, which is the Thorchain native stablecoin. Now, that doesn't sound too interesting. Okay, another stablecoin, do we really need that? Well, what it's actually going to mean is that a certain amount of Rune will actually end up being burnt for every stablecoin that is minted after this has been running for a while. So we already know that the Thorchain tokenomics for Rune are incredible, but now we have a deflationary burning mechanism that is going to be released, I believe, sometime in 2022 when ThorUSD launches. Next, we have no liquidation loans, which really does seem to be as good as it sounds. It's basically the ability to take a loan using your Thorchain LP position as collateral, and the loan that you take out, which will be in ThorUSD, therefore burning Rune, will have absolutely zero risk of being liquidated. And if that isn't enough, the third part of ThorFi is called Thor Savings. Now, this basically gives users the chance to earn a fixed APY, around 20%, I believe, on any layer 1 asset. So you could basically earn 20% on Bitcoin just for holding it without having it in any pool, without having exposure to any other assets such as Rune, just a fix straight up 20% on Bitcoin, on Luna, on Litecoin, on Ethereum, or on whatever you want. Now, in my mind, all that does is add more utility and more demand for Rune, which, as we know, already has one of the best tokenomics designed in all of DeFi, as we covered earlier. And that, in a nutshell, is why I have been acquiring Rune over the last few weeks. And I do believe that if they achieve their end vision, Thorchain could eventually become the biggest protocol in DeFi by trading volume, by TVL, and by liquidity. And if that does happen, I can't even begin to imagine where the price of the Thorchain token would go. Now, if you like this video, you should watch the one that's on the screen right now. It breaks down my full crypto passive income strategy for 2022, and Thorchain, pooling Thorchain, earning yield on Thorchain is part of that strategy. So watch the video, let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one.